Welcome back. In our top business story, Dubai will soon announce plans for the Emirates' first utility-scale solar plant, officials told Bloomberg today. The project will be, quote, unique in its structure, Saeed Mohammed Al Tayyer, the vice chairman of the Supreme Council of Energy, told reporters. DEWA has already selected a site for the solar plant, he added. The project would be very big, but declined to give further details. Dubai aims to generate 5% of its total power supply from alternative energy by 2030, as it wants to become less dependent, especially on gas. The Supreme Council, Dubai's top energy policy body, announced to cut its natural gas use for power generation to 70% from almost complete reliance now, with the rest divided between nuclear, coal and solar power. The already prevalent perfume business in the Middle East is seeing no signs of fading as regional and international manufacturers continue to smell big business opportunities. Per capita consumption of perfume in the Gulf region is among the highest in the world. In total, the Middle East fragrance market grew an average 5% in the past 6 years to reach $3.5 billion. Shahzad Haider from the Fragrance Foundation Arabia said on the sidelines of the Fragrance Summit in Dubai. He forecasts the regional perfume industry to continue this strong growth in coming years.
Fragrances are our regional, our traditional and our religion aspect of life. This is the daily method of life. We don't wear fragrances as a luxury. We don't wear fragrances as an add-on, but it's part of our daily life routine. That's why fragrances are the integral part of it. And that's why we did not even feel the recession when the entire world were going through recession. We didn't see a dip in the fragrance industry at all.
With the perfume industry being shock resistant, many foreign players push into the Middle East market. That is driving up competition, a trend Haider believes the consumer will benefit from.
Now the competition is getting very, very tough, especially for the regional players. They really have to gear up now in order to see what international brands are doing, because they are transforming their brands and their notes towards Oriental in order to cater to the Middle Eastern consumers. So obviously the competition is really high. I think the consumers will at the end will be the winners out of this competition, because to my understanding the quality will improve, the prices will get more leveled.
Even in an environment of strong competition and price pressure, many international fragrance manufacturers seek access to the Middle East. While they try to successfully position their brands, they also take some inspiration back home.
Because of the fact that this region is so much into fragrance and huge fragrance users, it's a perfect location to try to make inroads and, to try to enter into this market. I know some have already, and I'm sure some are successful, especially the big brands with the big names. Any of the celebrity fragrances, celebrities that are known worldwide, I think can make an impact in this region.
And with that, let's now take a look at the UAE and the regional stock markets. In our world business news, the world's financial leaders may have spent the weekend discussing global debt problems, but there's still no clear way forward, and doubts are spreading over Europe's ability to stop the crisis. Officials say while everyone agrees on the problem, too much debt, there's disagreement on how to reduce it. With Greece getting closer to default, policymakers are said to be exploring a number of options to shore up the Eurozone. These are said to include halving Greece's debt and recapitalizing Europe's banks. Strengthening Europe's bailout fund, the EFSF, is also on the cards, but opinion varies on how best to do this. Eurozone officials have played down the speculation, calling it highly premature.
The Germans say what's absolutely necessary is the closing of these fiscal balances that are causing the higher debt levels on the public side. So austerity comes first, and the UK agrees with that. The Americans believe growth is more important, but really both are needed.
Failure to take decisive action in Europe and the United States may shake the entire global economy, throwing developing countries off track, and they are today's engine of global growth.
It was all about show and tell at Boeing's plant in Seattle, Washington, the site where the U.S. plane maker ceremoniously delivered the very first 787 Dreamliner to a customer, Japan's All Nippon Airways. After a 3-year wait, the jet's entry being delayed a total of 7 times and billions of dollars in cost overruns, Boeing is finally delivering the $200 million aircraft. It is counting on the Dreamliner to help it reclaim the top spot as market leader in the aircraft industry, which Boeing lost to European rival Airbus in 2003. The Dreamliner's carbon fiber reinforced body is lighter than other planes, which will cut airlines' fuel costs, and by that give the Dreamliner an advantage over the Airbus A380. The Dreamliner took off for Japan today and begins full flight with ANA's customers at the end of October.
Today we celebrate a significant moment in the history of flight, certifying and now delivering an all-new airplane in a once-in-a-decade, if not once-in-a-generation or once-in-a-lifetime achievement of human ingenuity.
Internet video streaming company Netflix unveiled a new DreamWorks animation deal after losing its Starz affiliation and driving away customers with a raft of unpopular changes. Netflix announced a $30 million video-on-demand rights deal that will bring its customers DreamWorks Animation's movies. It's the first time a major Hollywood studio has chosen an internet streaming player over a traditional cable channel. Competition is ratcheting up. On Monday, online retailer Amazon announced a deal with News Corporation's Fox Networks that will add more than 2,000 new movies to its instant viewing service.
Actually doesn't kick in until 2013, but it's a very serious new move by Netflix to put very appealing content into their archives, because one of the problems that Netflix has faced is that they have a lot of films and a lot of television shows, but most of them are very old and lackluster.
Before we go, here's a quick overview of the oil, precious metals and currency markets, and after that we have the day's sports news for you.